Hello, this is Godel, and welcome back to the Islands of Insight Static Puzzle series. Today we are continuing with our progress in the Vault of the Vitric lower area. So we have a bunch of puzzles here that are just like on the lip of this maze over here, or the lip of the floor, whatever you want to call this. Can't promise I'll be able to help provide logical solutions for all of these, but we're going to get through them nonetheless. So we had looked at this puzzle briefly last time, and we did not actually finish it. What we need to do here is we have letters and dark dominoes. Alright, so we have to connect all the letters in a relevant way, but have them separated by dark dominoes. So everything's going to be in some form of dominoes. Which means, for example, we can't just block in this E. There's only one E, right? But we can't just block it in like that, because now we can't have a dark domino over here. So we have to think of everything in terms of a domino to make, you know, edges of other dominoes. So if we have our E go like this, we're going to be in trouble over here already. So we know the E can't go over there. So we could have E come like this, or we could have E go like this, but either way, this is going to be dark. So that's a starting point here. So depending on how we want to try to move over here, I think no matter what, let's see, we can't make a shape like this, right? Because this is not dominoes. We would end up with this shape over here. So everything we have to make has to basically be like we're placing whole dominoes. So we could do something like... No, we can't do something like that either, because this isn't a domino up here. But if we stop it... I mean, look, I guess the whole domino thing doesn't actually apply, because this would work, but it's not even a domino shape. So it's more like shapes that have edges of size 2 exposed. Let's see, what happens if we just try to squeeze our B up here against the wall? And we would have to... We can't go this way any further. So we have to cap this off. We have to cap those. Whoops. Then we can't go... we can't go like this here, so we have to go like this. This becomes a domino. Just have to fill that in. Alright, we have to block these connections. And then for the C, we can just go like so. Okay. So kind of just getting started up there in the B corner was enough to get us to the solution. Let's see, where are we going to next? Let's just go around the edge here. Next up is a 3-star puzzle, which hopefully I can explain better. Alright, dark regions and light regions have area 5, so this is going to be a mesh of pentominoes. Alright, so let's start with that. Kind of obvious move to start with, since we can't connect those big dark areas. Now, if we put a light tile, if we put a dark tile here or here, we're going to have to put light tiles here to complete the edge of this this pentomino. So we can't put dark tiles there. The same is going to apply over on this side. So if we did something like, let's say if we had a light tile here, we would now have to have a dark tile here and here. And here. Oh, kind of running away with this one. Alright. One of these have to be dark, the other has to be light. I'm gonna back up because a bit too much happening there with that. Alright, so if we put a light tile here, we're gonna overload this side over here. Actually, if we put a light tile anywhere but here, we're gonna overload this dark tile over here. So the light tile needs to be in this area. We can now block off this. That's actually what I did, what I was doodling into, wasn't it? Alright, so here we have to have the light tile going here to not overload this tile, or, well, the shape down here. So this is where we were a second ago. Good to know we were on the right track. Alright, so we have a light tile here, and a dark tile here, a light tile here, dark tile here, so we have a checkerboard. We are kind of a checkerboard where either position works, right? So we have light, dark, dark, light, or we would have dark, light, light, dark. And then I guess it would be dark, light, light over here, right? This would be dark, light, light, dark, dark, light, light, dark, light, dark, light, light. I'm just gonna keep going with this because it's working. When your guess is too good. Okay, so block this. So how did I make that initial guess? I don't know, but it worked, so I'm gonna say I'm pretty satisfied with that. Alright, so we have a weird shape here. So we have to connect all dark cells. Don't make a big T. So it's a T where we can have a bend, but it can have, like, a path shooting off of it, but, like, not very long. So that kind of complicates things, because now we can have, like, it's going to be like a snake, but the snake is going to have, like, weird pieces kind of poking off of it. So, for example, here, we can say our snake is going along this 5 piece, and then it would have to turn up here. But if it turns up here, it can't continue this way. But it could go, like, it could turn here and then have a nub here, but then continue this way. So, let's see, how are we going to do this? Connect all dark cells first. We have to bring that out. Probably going to connect around the edge of that. That couldn't make our target shape to avoid, so probably want to go ahead and have that connected. If we have... We don't know where our tails are yet. We have a tail... No, this isn't a tail, that's right, because it could come like this, and this would be fine, right? So that would not be a tail. It would be like an edge. Let's think about this for a bit. This shape is Snake Puzzle hard edition, because it really makes you think about where that snake is going to be starting and ending. But it's not, you can't, like, obviously tell where it's starting and ending with this shape. Let's see, what is this 3 gonna do? So the 3 can't do anything that would make, like, a dead end pocket, so it can't go like this, for example. So if we go down here, we could go this way, we could go this way, but we can't go here. And we could go this way, because the snake could just start down here. If the snake... Hold on, if we go like this, though, would the snake be able to start on both sides? That would look like this, right? And that would actually be the ends of the snake. It couldn't go left here because it hits the forbidden shape, so it would have to go like this. And then... Would that make there be a new end of the snake? I feel like, yeah, that's the a new end of the snake, right? And we can't go this way because... See, this is not like your average snake. It's it's an advanced snake. All right. I think I might take a hint on this one just because this pattern is very challenging. So let's see what it wants us to look at next. This tile. Okay. Um, if we make this light, what does that implicate? So we can't go here anymore. That would block this. Could we go here? No, we have to go light there. Then we have to connect that. We would not be able to go through this with dark. Like, this would be illegal, right? So we have to come up through here. And we have to go through this gap. This has to come out. And, okay, that causes a problem. That was a lot of stuff to get a problem. Okay, well, this is now forbidden because if we put a dark tile here, we have that T, so let's block that. This is forbidden now, so this has to come through here. See, this isn't really like a snake, it's like thick snake. Or something, I don't know. Alright, anywhere else where we make the forbidden shape? Here? No, it's kind of a hard shape to spot. Let's see, if we put a light tile here, we just block that whole area. So this has to come through in this general area. Block the forbidden shape up here. Now this has to go like that. And we have another forbidden shape to block here and here. So block both of those. This has to come out of there. Okay, what are we doing here? That's forbidden, okay. And this one too. So this has to come down, and I think, yeah, we can't go through here. It would be forbidden T on that side, so let's just go around the edge there. I don't know how to, like, generalize the explanation for the shape, and I think that's the problem I'm having. Alright. So, like, this is, like, the end of a snake, obviously, but it's a very weird end of the snake. If we come here, this needs to be like that. And then this can't go any further that way. This can't go this way or this way. So this is like a dead end to do that. Let me undo. Wow, I put a lot of tiles there, huh? Alright, so we can't go this way. It causes a dead end of crazy proportions, I guess is one way to explain it. I think if we fill it in like this makes sense, and then the 3 can wrap around like that. Alright, very weird shape. I don't know how to explain that one too clearly. Sorry about that. That's actually how a lot of the puzzles in this area are. It's like, oh, well, I got it. Alright, what are we doing here? First of all, opposite of a galaxy is the opposite, regardless of what the galaxy is. Area numbers... Opposite of a lotus is the opposite as well. Alright, so this galaxy must be light, because if it was dark, this would be an issue. Dark here. This galaxy, could it be light or dark? Well, if it's dark, there's a light here, and if it's light, there's a light here. So that's a given. If it's light, this could be light. But if it's dark, this has to be light. Let's see, well, this one could not be dark, right? So this one's light here. That means that's dark, and that means that's light. Alright. And then this one now has to be dark. These are dark, that's light. That one is light as well. And then that one is dark. Alright. The dark's gonna have to come at least... I don't know, it doesn't actually have to. Let's see, this light has to go like this, though. Now we're cooking. That means this has to be dark, then that has to be light. Okay. Not too bad of a puzzle there. That one's more of just a symmetry. Oh, hi. We'll come back to that one in a minute. Let's go down to this one right here. I almost walked past it. Whoops. Okay, so connect all dark cells. No 4 in a row, no 2x2s. Right, so let us block in a light here. And then up here, we're going to have a dark somewhere in here. So we know there's going to be a dark here for the dark escaping, and it's going to have to come all the way here. So there's going to be a dark in here somewhere. That forces that one to be light, actually. Alright, this one could be light or dark. We don't really have enough info yet to determine that one. If this one is light, then we need to have dark cells here and here, which means we have to have dark cells like that. And then this has to come like this, and then this one can't escape over here. So this one has to be dark. That didn't actually really give us anything. Because, well, we can't do anything with that by itself. Alright, cool. So if this is light, then this has to be dark. And that would have to be dark, which means that would be light. This would have to come out like that. And now we can't escape out of here. So this one's dark. If this one's light, these two would have to be dark. And that would block that in, so this one is dark. I know I'm doing like a lot of if this then this, and that's not really the idea of how you want to solve these, but like when you're at an impasse, right? So if we say this is dark here, that blocks that in, so we can make this one dark, light, I mean. So I think we want to think about how we're going to connect through here. What if we just go through... We can't go down this way to down here. So if we connect like this, then we can't get out of here either, so... And if we do that, there's no other way here. So we cannot go down on this tile. Doesn't mean that tile isn't dark, though, because we could just wrap around like so. There we go. Still a little unsatisfied with that, but I'll take it. Alright, we have a 4-star and then a 5-star over there somewhere left. That's going to be the last 2 puzzles for this rim. I did that one over there, yeah. Alright, so we have no light 2x2s, and all dark squares must be rectangles. So let's go ahead and get cooking on this one. So no light 2x2s, huh? This 4 could come over here and connect to this 4. Let's see what that would look like. So that would look like this, right? Then this has to block that non-rectangle connection. That has to block that non-rectangle. Block this, whoops, block this one. And... okay. Not really, like, I'm seeing stuff happening, but I'm not seeing anything that's, like, majorly contradictory from this. So... seems so far okay. I'm just gonna roll with it to see where we get. So this 4 has to come at least... no, it doesn't have to do anything, because it could go like that, it could go like this. It could go like this, even. Are we correct so far? I'm just going to take the hint to see if we've messed up from the get-go or if we're correct so far. So we're correct so far. Maybe if I had done something different here, we would have hit an issue sooner. Okay, so this 7's, we don't have any room for the 7 to go up in this space. So the 7's going to have to come down here. And the 7's probably going to be connecting to these other 7's. Because if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this 7 doesn't have space to grow here. We have to fill in this rectangle. And then we have to block off the edge of this rectangle. And that finishes that 7. Cool. Alright, block that one. Block this. Block those. Block this here. Would it be possible for this to be all light down here? Yeah, this could go like that, and then this can go something else. But if it's all dark, then it's going to look like this, right? It would be this shape. So I guess ultimately what this is going to depend on what we're doing with the 5 down here. So where does this 5 have to grow? It has... can we finish this 5 without going here? No. So one of these have to be 5, because if we go over here, then we have a problem with that. So there has to be at least one of the 5 going up here, and it can go up to 2 up here. Can they both go up there? This would be valid. This would be... no, this would be valid too, because we could do something like this, right? Ah, no. Okay. So we can't both be these both being light. So we can have up to 3 here. So let's say we do 1, 2. We need to have at least 1 over here. So it looks like we're actually not really given any options. We have to do this. Or the inverse, sorry. So there. That's the actual correct move. I'm like, is this the 5-star one? It is not the 5-star one. Alright. We can't make it 2 by 2, so this has to go like this. Just filling in stuff up here at this point. Whoops. That's a 2 by 2. Okay. Now we do the rectangle and the S piece down there. Alright. Besides that 5 in the bottom left corner, we got pretty close to that one. So where was that 5-star boy? There it is. Alright, here we go. Viewpoints. And it's going to be a hard viewpoints puzzle at that. So, all dark areas are dominoes. Okay. So this 5 has to have, or the 7's attached to the 5, meaning this 7 has to go at least 2 tiles further than this. Now this 4 means this 7 has to go at least 3 tiles further in this dimension. Okay. And we have dominoes. Dark dominoes. We don't have connect all dark tiles or anything like that. It's just dark dominoes. Alright, let's think about what happens if we put a tile in places. So if we do something like this, we have to block off the 3, and it ends up being a bunch of dominoes all over the place. So this one doesn't work because one of the dominoes stretches over and interferes with this piece over here. So we know that's going to be the start of a domino. Which makes sense because there has to be, one of these is going to be dark. So we know one of these is going to be dark because either it's going to go like this or it's going to go like this, right? So that means this one cannot be dark because that would be invalid. So this one's going to be light. Now that this 5 is stuck to this 3, we know the 5 has to go at least 2 more tiles vertically than this 3 goes horizontally. So this one has to go up and then down at least. If we put a dark tile here, we have to do something like this, which is actually okay for the moment. So I don't actually want to roll with that. If there was a domino here, it would have to be like this, which would cause this to go like that. Which would then cause this. I should have filled out the left side sooner. So if there's a domino here, it has to be like that. So we can't have a piece there. That finishes the 5. Now the 4 has to be finished. Let's see, if we add 3 to this, like that, we have to go like this. Which seems okay. Well, here's an easier thing. We can't have a single dark piece in here, so that has to be like that, right? I forgot about that. That's how dominoes work, is that they have to fit into a space where they fit. Okay, so this 3 is still possible to go like this. If we go like that, it's a problem for the 4, actually, for that domino. Why did I go right with this domino? Why didn't I go down? Because that actually works. Hold on, there's some other logic here that I'm missing. Go back, go back, go back. So if I go right here, I have to go right here as well. So that means that would have to go like this. And then that causes an issue here. So we can't go right there. We can't have a piece in here. It would cause a domino elbow macaroni. Alright. So kind of solve this upper side of the puzzle. What's going on with this 3? What if we do this? Oops. So if we do this, it's okay. Or maybe it's not okay. So if we do this, we have to go like this. We have to corner trick this. Then if we go up here, we're in trouble with this 4. So we have to put the domino like that. This has to be light. And then these would have to be... It would be an issue. So we know that doesn't go there. In short. If we put a dark tile here, we're going to have to go like this. That's a problem. So this one's light. If we put a dark tile here, we're going to have a dark tile here as well. So this would be like this. This one would go across here. These would both have to be light. That would be dark. Now this one would have to come over here. Probably put a domino there because it fits. And we've got issues here, buddy. Maybe not just put a domino there because it fits. So that was a long chain of events, so I don't think we are even looking where we should be looking. Or maybe we are. So if there's a light in here, these all have to be light, right? Because if this is light now, we can't fit a domino in here. So we have to have a dark in here. That means we're gonna have to go down at least by one here. And this one's gonna have to go down or up at least by one. If we go left here, then we can either go like that or like this. No, we can't go like that. What if we go up and down, though? So no matter what, we have to go down. So that much we figured out. So here we could either go down, down. Hold on here. We have this 2 that I need to stop. Okay, never mind. We're good, we're good. This 5 can now be done, which finishes that 5. Okay, so if we don't put a domino in here, we're going to get that issue, so that has to be blocked in. This 3 has to come over here, like that. I think we want to block in our 4, so we can do this. Okay. A little bit more of a scuffed solution, as kind of normal with those really harder ones, but probably par for the course for how difficult they are. Let's hit up some of these rolling block puzzles. We have 5, I think. Yeah, there's 3 here and 2 over there. Let's hit like 2 or 3 of them, and then we're gonna. I think we're gonna go into the lower basement. So let's see what we have here. We have a 2x3, and we have this shape over here that we need to fill in. So let's think about how we can kind of get in. We either need to go about this 2 ways. We either need to go in and like get all of the tiles in the first pass, or we need to go in, get some tiles, come out, and then go in, get more tiles, and then come out again. So because this block is 2x3 and this area is a 4, we need to hit it with a tall part of the 2x3. So we want to come in here so that when we're landing here, we can basically flatten out up in this dimension, roll down, and then stand up here, roll this way, and then roll up, which means that we would want to pre-hit these 2 tiles right here. Let me just rotate the block around. One of these days this will get onto the correct dimension of parity that I want it to be. Okay, come on. Okay, here we go. So we've now hit those 2 tiles. Now we want to come in at this angle, actually. Perfect. So that's how we're going to kind of be solving these. We want to kind of trace our route of how the block is going to move. So this block is 3x2. Well, it's 3x3x2. So let's kind of imagine what kind of shape it would have. If we go this way, we're missing something over there. So what if we back this up by 1, so we fall onto this tile with... Somehow I did that really quickly. We fall onto this tile, which lets us come up this way. Okay, so by tracing the path like that, we have this path of 1 by 5 left over, which isn't going to work because the block is not going to fit into this shape. What if we have the block kind of flop up onto this? No, we want to be on the... We want it to flop... Let's see, how do we want this to go? This actually looks really close if we pre-hit these tiles over here, and then we change our orientation slightly. Let's see. So if we hit those... No, now we're not flopping in the correct dimension over there. What if we roll into this pocket here? So let me adjust the starting point of the block here. It is really hard to get the block to stand where you want it to. Okay, so if we do something like this... No, if we're standing up on the two-dimensional side here, no matter what, when we flop down, we're going to be in the three-dimensional side. So what if we go in sideways? So we go in... Come on, buddy. So if we go in like this, and then we flop down, we roll over like this. Let's try this, but let's try to rotate back a little bit. I think that's the exact same position I already had. Yeah, okay. So I need to get my... If we were standing up one tile further back, so I kind of want to back up into the tile being in these tiles here. I wish I was better at just like permutating this shape around the grid, because I feel like I struggle just trying to get the block into the starting position I want it to be in. This isn't it, right? No. I want to be over 2 to the right. So what does that look like? If I'm 2 to the right, I would be flat here, so I want to be standing up here. Let me try to just focus on getting the block into this space here, standing up. So if I get one of the corners of the tiles into... Whoops. Into one of these corners, I can kind of just rotate it around on one corner. So first I'm trying to get the block to land in one of these corners where I'm trying to get to. Okay, so this is one of the corners I want it to be on. There we go. So now if we go like this... Alright, there we go. This is going to be our solution. So I'm just going to... Oh, actually that lines up perfectly because I can go over there, stamp that, and then now I can do this. Nice. Okay. Same kind of thing here. Can I not have, like, these, sky drops just bugging me in the middle of my puzzle. Alright, so we're gonna, again, kind of like flop down and hit some tiles. But then we're going to have to back out and then go through an actual path. So what's our actual path going to look like for this puzzle here? So we've got like two terminals we kind of have to worry about. We have this side that's jutting out over here. So I think we're going to want to do something where we come standing up in here. No, that's not going to quite do it. Let me think. We need to figure out the shape that we're going to go in there as. So this doesn't work. If we go in like this, we can't really do anything either. We just need to figure out how this shape is going to fold into this space here. I'm just gonna play around with this a bit, see if we can figure out which way we're gonna have to go in there. I feel like this side over here on the right is definitely where we need to finish the puzzle. Like, we need to get over here and then flop over in that direction to get these two on the outside and then be done. So we have to figure out how to get down in here. I guess let me just try to visualize. If we roll in tall ways like this, we could flop over, roll, and then go up on the right side. So let's try that. And it looks like we are going to skip these 6 tiles. So let's go ahead and hit these 6 tiles first. So we want to be standing up. We need to get the block like this. Okay, so now we can flop down this. Now we need to roll it in. Let's see, we want to be standing tall here, which means we want to be flat here, which means we want to be tall here. So we need to permutate the standing position of the block. If we're tall here, that means we need to be short and long here. So let's actually go ahead and aim for that one. So short and long. Here we go. So now we should be able to roll into here. All right. Okay, so far so good. Nice. Okay. That's 3 out of 5. You know what? I'm kind of going with the flow here. Let's just, like, maybe finish these today. And I don't have to go back to them. Okay. So that actually got us a lot of the tiles. But not quite enough. So I think what we gonna want to do... If we were here, we would actually be able to go down... from the down to the up, and then come and finish it like this. So I think this actually gives us a great deal of information about how we want to solve this. We want to flop the block in 2 pieces to get these 6 tiles here. Like that, perfect. Alright, now we just want to roll it in so that we are going to roll into that position we were before. So we want to be in this position here, these 3 tiles standing up. So let's get our block positioned there. Okay, here we go. Alright, so now we just roll in and finish it up. Yeah, nice. Easy one. Alright, last rolling block puzzle. Might be the last rolling block puzzle we see in a long time. Alright, what do we got here? So if we come in from the top up here, we kind of make this terminal point that we can't ever really get to over there. So we probably want to hit this tile and then flop in something like this. Or, hold on. Let's undo that. Let me roll around just to see what kind of shapes we are getting when we're rolling around on this, in this field here. So this would almost work if we hadn't gone through these 4 tiles. So let's actually hit... Let's sneak in the block in this way. Oh, but now we can't flatten down, huh? What if we go in like this, so we're already flat? Let's go in when we're already flat in a different position. I feel like I've already experimented with this. So we get 1 block left over in the back over here. I think this might be one where we roll in and then roll all the way out, maybe? Okay, we need to get on a different rotation here. Okay, but if we're like this, we can't flatten down, so... What if we roll in the middle? So let's try rolling into this middle column here. I need to back it up by 1. Nope, I did not back it up. So let's get on this tile. Okay, that's something. However, this tile up here being a 3x1, we can't actually get to this tile. So whenever we do our final pass of going through here, we need to go through this tile. So what we probably want to do, we want to be so that we're going to be tall here. So like this, almost like this. So let's just rotate our block. Nope, I did not do that at all. I swear, it is like harder than you think to get this block to do what you want it to do. Come on, buddy. Nope, not like this. Like this, maybe? Okay, so now we can go like that. Okay, cool. So that's going to be our solution, and we just want to stamp this tile here, these 2 tiles here, and then back out. So let's stamp those. Alright. Now we just need to line it up how I had it before. Should be easy, right? It's never easy with these things, apparently. Okay, let me just visualize. We want it to be flat here, so we want it to be tall here, so we want it to be flat here. So let's... There we go. This should work. Alright, geez, all of those are done now. Hooray. Alright, we are 50 minutes in to this episode already. Wow, I only got like 10 puzzles done. Let's go and enter the actual basement of this place. So you might have noticed there's some tubes here that go further down, and we're gonna go in those. Here's the entrance. Let's actually just do the maze first. So here we go, we're in the basement. And there's a, wandering echo, that's lovely. Maybe we can get that wandering echo done too, and I don't have to worry about it again. As you're seeing, lots of puzzles down here. Alright, still going strong with the wandering echo. I'll take a hidden archway. This is a dead end. Where's the wandering echo? This is a dead end with a hidden archway. Looks like we want to get inside of over here. It's all dead end. Back this way, perhaps? Alright, well, the wandering echo did not forsake us, but it's gone back to the start of the maze. How rude. Okay, well, we know where the entrance of the maze is, so we can just jump up here and get back to it really quickly. Alright, cool. Wandering echo is done, and the maze itself is done, so now we can start actually getting through here. So let's just go kind of, in order the puzzles as they appear. So here we go. Here's the first one. Numbers are off by 1. Oh, that's lovely. That is just lovely. Do not make a light square. Alright, so we have a couple interesting things going on here. Because this is saying numbers are off by 1, but there's also these tiles that are kind of like overlapping here. These aren't necessarily the same thing. Like this 4 could be a 6, or this 4 could be a 5, and this one could be a 3, right? So this 4, on the other hand, cannot be a 5, so that's going to be a 3. So this 4 could be a 3, which would make all of these light, but it could also be a 5, which would make 2 more of them light. So that's the kind of stuff we need to think about. There's never going to be more on the right side than the left side, though. So if this one is a 0, then this one could be a 0 or a 2, but if this is a 2, this one, or if this is a 0, this one could also be a 0 or 2. That's not really helpful, is it? Okay, so this one has to be a 2, so there's one more in this row. It'd be really helpful if I had, like, a pencil tool for this, so I could, like, start noting down what these are. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, I took a quick break there to grab some extra software I had laying on my computer from a long time ago. I don't even remember when I got it, or where I got it from, but it's basically like an annotating tool, and that will actually help a bit here. I'm going to use that to be able to just kind of keep some notes on the puzzle. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to have a way for it to show on the screen without it like displaying everything on my screen, which is fine. I just have everything non-relevant closed anyways right now. So I'm going to go ahead and have that visible. So ignore OBS there. So I'm just making sure this is all looking visible on the preview. So I drew a little squiggle there, and yeah, I'm seeing the squiggle in the preview. So that should show up in the recording. Go ahead and delete the squiggle now. So now I have a little tool where I can draw, and what I'm going to use that for is to draw and kind of keep track of what things are going to be. So this one over here, this one's 3 or 5. And sorry, I'm drawing freehand here, so it's going to be kind of tough. So this one over here is going to have to be a 3. And what I'd actually like to do is I would like to... Let me use the eraser. I'd like to kind of note what these arrows are separately. That would make it easier, right? So this is a 3 or a 5, but in this side of the grid, it's going to be 0 or 2. Right? So 0 or 2 over here. This one is 3 over here because it can't have 5, so this one's going to be either 0 or 2. This one could be 0 or 2 over here. So this one's the same, 0 or 2. 5 cannot be 6 in either case. So this is going to be 4 over here. And this one... Well, okay, so this one could be 6. So if this one is 4... Let me doodle this one up. This one is 0 or 2. This one is going to be 4, because it can't be 6. So if this one's 4, this one on this side has to be 0 or 2. I think they all have to be 0 or 2, right? This one is 2 or 4. And then this one would have to be 0, 2. Okay. So that's looking good in the recording so far. I think so. Alright. So then, going down here, this one has to be a 2. This one can be 0, 2. This one can't be 5, so this one is 3 over here. Same for this one, 3. This one could be 1 or 3. These don't interact since they're, like, you know, not pointed at each other. This 4, both of these 4s actually have to be a 3, so I can go ahead and fill those in. Okay. And then this 4 also has to be either a 3 or a 5. 3 or a 5. Okay, so now we have some interesting stuff. We know that a couple things. This one has to be 0 or 2, but since we already have 1 in here, we actually can't have it be 0. So that means this one has to be 2 over here, which would mean this one would have to be the smaller version. So let me actually go through an eraser and kind of clear those up. So this one has to be 2 over here. This one has to be 2 on this side. This one has to be 2 over here, which would mean that this one has to be 2 on this side. Because if this one was 4 over here, then this would be 5 already, and that would be illegal, right? The ones we haven't really figured out yet. So there's 2 over here and 3 over here. That makes sense. The 4s we can't do anything more with. Okay, so far so good. Let's see. What can we figure anything else out based on what we have so far? We need to avoid 2x2s, so that's something to take into consideration. We're not really at a risk of having a 2x2 anywhere just yet. Let's see. Just looking around, checking the recording time. Sorry, you're gonna now see me doing that because I don't actually have a second monitor set up currently, so... let's think about where 2x2s might be at a risk of showing up. Something like this, for example, if this column here were 0 dark cells, then we would need to worry about having a 2x2 over here, but we already know that we have to have 3 tiles over here. So it would not actually be possible to make a 2x2 in this space with those guys. However, if we put a light tile here, and then we had 1 dark tile here, we'd have an issue down there. So if we put a light tile here, we have to put a dark tile here. I'm going to doodle for just a second here. So light tile here would mean those are all dark. Would mean all of these are light. Okay, so we can't have a light tile here for multiple reasons, but... I think, actually, we can't have dark tiles here. We can't have this either because we have that same situation where we have a 2x2 over there, so that has to be dark as well. Now we know there has to be 2 dark cells on this row here, so this one has to have 0 to not overload the left side, so that's gonna fill that in. Erase this. Erase the 0 on that side. Okay, so now we know of that. There's a quick tile we can mark over here. Actually, we can just finish that row up. We know that this is a 2, so we can finish that. We need to prevent a 2x2 here. This one's going to be the 3. This one's going to be the 2, and this one's going to be... This one's a 4, so stop that one, and then this one now has to be a 1. Alright, cool. So we've actually fully finished the left grid over here. So now let's see what of that kind of implicates consequences onto the left side of this. So we have a 3 over here, so we now know that we have a 0 or 2, so that doesn't actually change the bottom row at all. This is already having 2, so we're actually done. Whoops, misclick. We're actually done with this row already. This 1 row needs 1 more. This 5 row needs 1 more, and this 3 row needs 1 more. Okay, so everything's good in that department so far. This 4 column cannot have a 5, so this 4 column is going to be a 3. This is still ambiguous as to whether it's 0 or 2. This one is gonna be 1 more dark tile, and then this one is ambiguous as well. Though, hold on, this one can't be a 3, because if we have dark, dark, we're gonna have light, light over here. So, this one has to be a 1, actually. So let's erase the 3. Okay, so now... we have a puzzle that shouldn't really be all that hard to figure out. We have risk of 2x2s up in this area. So there's going to be a dark cell here. If there's a dark cell either here or here, we can't have another dark cell here or here. So there has to be one here to prevent this issue up here. Now we know this last row is going to be a 2. Okay. Oh yeah, and that's the only dark cell in that column. So, whoops, that's the only dark cell in that column. So that actually finishes that column off. entirely. So we need one more here. If we have one here, we can't have another one here, so there has to be one in here. So we're going to have... There's 3 in this column, so there's going to be 2 down here. This 1 now becomes finished. This 4 is done. Now we can't have any here, so that's the 0 here. This is now... Let's erase the markers, because they are too much information. So there's 1 more in this column. There's 1 more in this column. And we need to prevent 2x2s. Okay, there's a 2x2 right here that I had not seen before. That was probably there for a while, and I just didn't notice it. Alright, there we go. Alright, great. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I think we're already over the time of... how much are we over here? Here we go. We're 6 minutes over. So, that's going to do it for this episode. Next time, we will continue, just kind of down here through the basement. There's lots of puzzles down here. We can see there's a puzzle here where it doesn't even look like these stars are attached to anything. They're just disembodied stars because of all of the distortion the glass down here is causing. There's puzzles over there. A lot of really hard puzzles, as you can see. 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. So we're going to have our work cut out for us next episode. But we're probably just going to continue with this puzzle next time, whatever this one is. Some darts. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time. Whether or not the screen markers tool is going to remain in play here is to be determined. I guess if I need it, right? I don't know. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.